criminal justice, healing, education. Let's awaken the people. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are currently watching and or listening from. My name is Holly. I'm the founder of this lovely program, Morning Mimosas. And as you guys know, Morning Mimosas values criminal justice, healing, and educating for the Black and minority communities with a note that we love all people. Before we get this episode started, I want to go over a few housekeeping things, as you guys know I love to do. As you guys see, this morning mimosas flower crown was created by Ganelle's Crafts. And if you guys mention morning mimosas at Ganelle's Crafts on Instagram, you guys get $10 off your entire order. Okay. Um, Make sure you guys head over there. You guys see the amazing flower crown that is displayed right here on the picture. Get one made for yourself. So once again, go to Ganelle's Crafts on Instagram, mention Morning Mimosas, and get $10 off your entire order. But I can't let you guys go without letting you guys know about Imuna Soaps and Essentials, right? So if you guys go to immunasoaps.com, right, use the Morning Mimosas code MM23 to receive 5% off. Just make sure it is a minimum purchase of $7. Amazing, amazing skincare brand that is here located in Colorado. I use them personally. Absolutely love them. So please, please, please head over there and use our code. I know you guys like to save. Times are hard. So make sure you guys are saving. So our special guest is Miss Crystal, but I have to wait for her for a second because I don't know what happened. She disappeared for a second here. So um, we'll just go ahead and wait for her to reappear. Um, but while we're waiting for her to reappear, I'm super duper excited to have her on the show, guys. I absolutely love women like her who are, working mothers who are out there getting it, right? Because, there's like this stigma about being, oh, when you're a mom, you're just a mom. But she is here to prove that that stigma is not true, okay? Guys, let's give Miss Crystal one of these before we get started, baby. Let's welcome her this way.
I love it. I did not hear the music the first time. So I love it. That was so cute. I was a little scared because I was having a little struggles like logging on and like made me download the app and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I had to like log in with some passwords and in the moment I'd be forgetting the password. So I was like, I hope I could figure this out.
But you're here. You did it. And StreamYard, you need to fix that, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when you guys got an app. Like that whole part confused me. But welcome, Miss Crystal. We are so happy to have you here on Morning Mimosas. As you guys know, before we get started talking with her, she's closing out what? Our Women's History Month, guys.
Woo!
So this is why she is on here today. She's here to empower us women because this month is for us, even though all 12 months are for us. But
yes.
That's neither here neither here nor there. Miss Crystal, please, please, please. First and foremost, welcome to Morning Mimosas. We are so glad to have you on here. Please tell the Morning Mimosa viewers about yourself.
First of all, Holly, I want to say thank you so much for having me here. It is such like a blessing to be here on this show. It just means a lot to me and it shows a lot to me in my journey, So I do want to thank you for this opportunity. And a little bit about myself. I am a single mom of two. I became a very young mom at a very young age. And so becoming a young mom at a young age, I experienced things a lot faster. I experienced a lot of things that people my age normally would not experience. And so in those experiences, I've I learned how to really learn about myself. I've learned like, okay, like who am I? Like I kind of forgot who I was because, you know, I was a mom at a young age and like I was barely able to take care of myself. You know,
Right.
like I don't know how I was even able to take care of my kids at the time. And so I really lost a sense of who I was. I did not know what my dreams were, what I was inspired to do anymore. I was just always on the go, 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 figure it out mode. And that was like hustling. Like, I gotta make money. Like, that's all I was worried about. I have to make money because I need to support, you know, my two kids. And not having a partner there that also did not support me financially, it really like stuck to my head, you know, like
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, so I'm like the mom and dad.
Yeah.
And so I was just on the go. And so in those years that I was just hustling, making money, I I really fell into like I don't know if I should call it depression, but I did fall into some kind of like sad moment where I was just not happy with myself anymore. And I feel like I don't understand what I'm here for. You
Yeah.
know, I feel like we get to a point that at that age we never saw ourselves when we are younger to be where we at that age. Like we always saw ourselves being more. And
Yeah.
so at that age, because I have not accomplished that, I was like, wow, like what am I even doing here? Like, you know, like what am I doing here? Like, do I even have a purpose anymore? I feel like I've already done all the wrong decisions. And I was just really regretting the life experiences that I was experiencing at the time or that I had experienced. And so in that moment of loneliness and depression, I would talk to myself and I would be like what am I doing here? Like what's is there more to my life? Am I gonna do this for the
Yeah.
rest of my life? How am I gonna keep doing this for the rest of my life? Like what's going on? As soon as I asked myself that question, I literally got like it's weird. It's like your phone listens to you. But I started like seeing all these opportunities of like how to make more money. It was just like careers for like how to make more money. And I just started like seeing them pop up on my Instagram and I'm like, what is this? And it was investing in apartment buildings. And so I was like, what is investing
Mm.
in apartment buildings? So I was like, I don't know. I watched a little clip that I said that I could become a millionaire. So I was like, okay, I want to be a millionaire. Like, and I didn't even really know. Like at the time, it was just like it was just like playing around. Like it wasn't like nothing serious. I was just like, oh, let's see, maybe I could become a millionaire, but I didn't really truly believe it. I was just curious at the time. And so that's when I went to the event. I like purchased my ticket and I went to their event and they started teaching you about how to invest and like how to make money off of that. And it intrigued me because it was something different that I've never done before. And because at the time I was so depressed and tired of the life I was living, I wanted to experience something different. So I was like, why don't I do something that's completely weird and different? And it sounds really crazy to do, but why don't I do it? And so I did it. I took the opportunity and I invested in the program. And as I invested in the program, it like started unfolding so many things for me that at the time I was just like did not know I was gonna go through these experiences. But I did not take I did not fully commit to the investing in apartment buildings, even although in the future I will invest my money in it. I highly
Yeah.
recommend, guys, but we won't get too
Okay.
deep into that. I'm like, we
Don't
won't get too
do
deep into that.
it.
But like, I feel like I learned it for a reason, so I could apply it to my life eventually, right? But at the time, I
Right.
was like, I don't really like this. Like, I didn't feel passionate about that career life. And so, but it opened up the doors to other events. Like that was like the first of many other events that I went to. And I started going to these events that like people just come together and they have like motivational speakers like Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, like just all these like influencers and like successful people in the room. And what's his name? Johnson, I forgot his name. I'm not even gonna say it. I forgot his name. But like it was just so many successful people, and like they would like really motivate me. And I was like, oh my God, like these people are powerful. Like they just opened up and like unlocked my mind to believe more in myself. And I really truly did not believe that your mind is powerful. But
Yes, it is.
as I started, like it's like it made me want to be a student of life, that I started reading all these like self-healing books, like all of these books and like podcasts and like YouTube. And like I just really started tuning into like self-developing things. And as I started doing that, I started reading and I started seeing the the similarities that every successful person talks about. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is it that easy to become successful? And so the more I dig, I realized like, oh my gosh, I just like God literally put me here for a reason. Like he made me sit here. Like he put me into that mentorship program that even though I didn't take action on it, it made me like start reading books. It made me start listening, and it made me start going to events where like these successful people were going. It opened up so many things at the time I did not know. And so since it opened up so many opportunities for me, I found I got very passionate about motivating others. Like I got very passionate about motivating others because all the things I learned, it was like it unlocked a chip in my mind. Like, oh my gosh, like life is that simple, but we have not been taught these things. Like, why does my community not know about any of these things? Like, how come they do not know how it is to create the life they really want? We don't know these things because realistically the system wants to keep us in the system. we could play two
Absolutely.
we could play two different ways. We could play as the creator that we are supposed to be because we are creators,
Yes.
or we could play the contributor, which is what the school and everything, like, you know, everyone wants us to be the contributor. They want us to stay down here. And that's
Yes.
why in school, I'm sorry, but like in school, they don't teach you the real life skills that you really need
No.
to be successful. They teach you
No.
how to be contributors. Like, and that's what saddened me because I was like, what the heck? I could have been a millionaire by 20 if I would have known this since I
Mhm.
was little. But they don't teach us these things. And it saddened my heart. Like it really did sadden me because I was like, it's my job to show my people like how easy it is to become successful. Like
Yes.
really. And so when I realized like it's my job, I need to do this. I need to start speaking on stages and telling people how really easy life is and motivating people to get out of that comfort zone and feel uncomfortable, because if you're too comfortable right now, let me tell you, you're not doing the most. You're not doing
Nope.
what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to feel
Yep.
uncomfortable.
Yep.
And if you're
Absolutely.
uncomfortable, that means guess what? Like at the end of that tunnel, blessings are coming that way because you are uncomfortable. You are taking the risk of putting yourself out there and
Absolutely.
doing things that are out of the ordinary, you know? And so for me, I feel like in that transformation that I was going through, like I was still in my old environment, right? Like I was still the me that I'm so used to being every single day. But as I'm reading these books, learning about how I have to re-identify myself to actually manifest the success, I have to stop acting like the person I was to attract it a lot faster. And
Yes. Absolutely.
like it's crazy because we're all energy. Everything is energy. Like we all live in an energy. Like we are so powerful. Like
Yep.
we have engraved like so many like garbage things in our subconscious mind that we think that's who we are, and reality is we're not the people that we think we are. And so I thought I was this person, but then more and more and more that I was digging deeper into who I really was, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know who I am right now. Like, am I this person or am I this person? Like, and it's so hard because like you do not know how to be that new person that you want to be yet, you know? And because you're trying to be that new person, it's like your friends, your family is like trying to pull you back into that old environment that you don't want to be at anymore. But because they're in that environment, they're used to that environment. They're like, hey, Crystal, what are you doing? Like, come back down over here. Let's go do this instead. But you're like, I don't want to be that person anymore.
Anymore. Yep.
And I struggled with that so much because I get easily influenced, very easily influenced, because I realized I was a people pleaser. Like, I always wanted to please
Ooh.
everybody. And because I wanted to please everybody, I would say yes to everything. And I
Yeah.
didn't know I had that issue.
I know that
So
well.
I started digging deep into like, why do I always say yes to everything? And I started realizing I had no self-love. And the only way I felt like I had self-love was by getting approval by others, you know? And so that was a battle that I had, was trying to not be that old person anymore. And as that happened, I lost many friends. I lost half of my family. Like, half my family doesn't talk to me. And it's just like, because they don't approve with the new Crystal that I want to be. And it's
Yeah.
okay, because I can't judge them, because at the end of the day, they were not born with that education. You know, like, we're not born in that, with what you are born with, right? Like, I wasn't either, though. I wasn't born in that environment. I wasn't born in a rich family either. But as I started really tuning out the external things in my life, and I started tuning in with what's in here, I was like, oh my gosh, it is possible. All I gotta do is this, you know? And so, yeah, it does suck because you lose a lot of people, but I do not blame them. And I always will have love for them. And I always wish them the best. But I do not blame them, because at the end of the day, they don't know. They really don't know what you're doing. They don't get it, you know? But like, that's basically like story of me, a little bit of my background. Now, as my journey continued, now I decided to leave my 9 to 5 and actually pursue my dreams and speaking on stages and coaching women. And I niched it down to just moms in business, because I used to just speak to all women, but I feel like it hits back home for me when I help moms, because
Yeah.
I know how it feels for moms to feel alone, especially
Yeah.
moms. Like, we be feeling alone. We be feeling like we got to figure it out all on our own, you know,
Yeah.
and it's so much on our plate, you know what I mean? And like, having, and not just that, like, having it figured out on your own, like, you have your children that you have to show them the right way of doing things, and how, and it's so hard, because how can we show our kids true like love and like happiness when us inside we don't even feel that way, you
Exactly.
know? And so for me, I was like, I don't want to sit here and tell my kids, hey, pursue your dreams, you can make it happen, do it, take action on it, never give up on your dreams. But then I'm sitting here like, I'm not even taking action on my
I'm
dreams.
not even doing it. Yep.
And it's like, so then why would your kids, they're not going to listen to you because they don't see you doing it.
You
If
doing it? Yep.
they
Absolutely.
only go off of what they see. Like, if they see you taking action, guess what? You're motivating them to, oh, you know what? My mom was a single mom. She was able to make it out. I'm going to do the same because it's possible, you know? And so, like,
Absolutely.
that's what got me going, was like, no, I got to leave my 9 to 5, because why am I sitting here making someone else a millionaire when I can use
Right.
that time to be making my family a millionaire? You
Right.
know? And so, like, that's what got me going. That's what got me going. And I feel like as soon as you just step in, get your feet a little wet, doors just start opening for you. Like, I didn't quit
Absolutely.
my 9 to 5 with a plan. Like, I did not have a plan at all. I did not say, oh yeah, I'm gonna quit my 9 to 5 and I'm gonna make this much. Like, I did not have a plan. And I'm not saying to quit your 9 to 5. I do not feel like you
Yeah.
should quit your 9 to 5. You should always
Right.
keep your 9 to 5 and work the extra time that you have on your business, you know, until
Right.
you feel like your business is ready to go, leave your 9 to 5. But like I said, I cannot, how do I say it? I can't, like, in the circumstances, I couldn't. I was like, you know, everyone's story is just different. In the time, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I need to leave this. It was just toxic for me. And I was like, I need to take action now. Like, I've already been studying, I've been reading so much, like I've been going to events, like I feel like I just need to jump in and do it. And so I just jumped in. And as I jumped in, could you not, like all of these opportunities have been opening up for me. Like I've been starting to coach women and it's like coming easy to me. It's not like I'm looking hard to go get it, you know?
Right.
And so that's how I know I'm doing the right thing, because I'm not forcing it. I'm letting it
Absolutely.
come to me, you know? And
Absolutely.
so that's a little bit of like my background and how I
Thank you.
and
I appreciate you telling us all of that. You have given us so much information just by telling us about who you are. So I
yeah.
completely appreciate it. And I know that everybody watching completely appreciates that. So I'm actually going to bring up something that's related to your name that's on screen.
Mhm.
So this is something lovely that Miss Crystal is doing. I know you guys can't see us because I want you guys to see her business and be able to read about what she's doing. Could you explain to the people what this lovely thing is and what you're doing in 2024 as far as collaborations?
Yes. So I realized at the time, like, as I was trying to really put myself out there, my business out there, my message, most importantly, I felt like a lot of people were not easily to like collaborate with. Like people would be like, oh, you have to pay, or like you have to put a certain amount, or like I don't know, like they'll just make it difficult for you to collaborate with them, you know? And it's like I feel like as a startup entrepreneur, I think it's so important to like start in your community and help your community out together and collaborate in ways that you do not have to pay, and just collaborate together and put your message out there, because I feel like the most important thing is your message, you know? It's not about how many followers you have, it's not about any of that. I feel like every person honestly has something to give to the community, so why not give it, right? So
Absolutely.
that's why I created collaborations. And this is basically all I have to offer. Like, there's different ways to collaborate. I do a lot of online workshops and webinars. And so when I do my online workshops, it's a lot of my students I'm currently coaching. And so as I'm coaching them, I have guests come on the webinars and like teach them something that, you know, like their skills. And then we have product or resource creation. So if they have a product or like some like a freebie that
Mhm.
they're creating, we could create something together, like a product together, and like share it out to the community. I do a lot of like content creation. So like if I make a piece of content and I add some of your knowledge in that content, that's a way of collaborating. So then we're sharing it, but we're tagging both of us. There's also the interactive challenges or workshops. So this could be when if we get together and host an event, we could do like a vision board workshop, all kinds of different workshops. So basically creating an event together. We also have the guest blogging. Guest blogging is when I'm writing out emails to my clients, or if it's your clients and you want to bring some of my skills, like free information, onto your clients or my clients, we'll write a blog about you basically. We also have Instagram lives. I do a lot of Instagram lives throughout the week, even Facebook lives. I just didn't put Facebook on there, but we could, you know, be on there together and, you know, talk. You could talk more about your business and what you do. And then I also host some events throughout the year. And so we sometimes get speakers to speak at our events. So that's another opportunity as well. But I have not updated it, but we did start Crystal Rock Alliance. Crystal Rock Alliance is actually a platform it's like a media platform. So I started posting on there like the top 50 entrepreneur women in Denver from Colorado. So I started promoting other women that are also entrepreneurs, people that motivate, you know, but that are women. So I have been putting them on my Crystal Rock Alliance page. Every time they have events, anytime they have a podcast like yours, for example, anytime they have a meetup, any kinds of events, any types of webinars, we could promote it on Crystal Rock Alliance. And it's only women from Colorado. So that's something I did start. So if you guys do want to get promoted on there, let me know. I could, put up a flyer with you on there. And every time you have an event, we would represent it on there just to help you get more attention.
I absolutely love that. I love everything that you are currently doing for the people in Colorado, and I know that you probably help some people outside of Colorado too, because you get the views, and I know they're not all from Colorado, so I absolutely love that. I love everything that you're doing. We definitely need more women like you because for some reason women have this issue with not collaborating and being more of competition. And I want us to get out of that mindset. I want us to be able to, do our respected businesses, but also collaborate, no matter if it's, the same or different. So I appreciate women like you. Seriously.
I love that. I just feel like there's no need for competition. I feel like when you're at the bottom, people are competing, but successful people at the top are always finding ways to collaborate with each other. And that's how it works. Like, I feel like a lot of people do things for money, but I feel like, yes, money is important. It's a tool in life that we can use for goodness. But I feel like when you put money aside and really think about the message, the purpose, then eventually, this is the law of the universe. Eventually, it pays you back in some shape or form. It could be money or it could be in any other way. And so that's why I felt like, okay, if I just put away like the money and just know that it's going to come my way because I'm just abundance. That's all I am. I'm abundance, and that's all I create. I create good energy. I create value to other people's life. And when you create value to other people's life, guess what? God blesses you with so much abundance. And that's why you should not think about, oh, they're not paying me right now. Why are they not paying me? I need to get money first. Give me $100 first for this, or give me money. I don't believe in that at all. I don't. I feel like what's important is your purpose. That's the most important thing, I'll figure it out along the way on the money. Like, I'll figure that out. But that's what I've noticed, that it's just very true. Like, when I didn't have it like that, because trust me, I've struggled a lot. I remember I was trying to be something that I was not, just to prove other people and get approval from other people. And so because I was trying to prove something I was not at the time, I lost a lot. Like, I was broke driving a BMW thinking I had money. Like, I was broke. I didn't know how I was going to afford my rent. I did not know how I was going to pay my car. And it's horrible knowing that, because it's like, dang, like, I was out here trying to prove something I wasn't at the time, and like, now I'm broke, and now no one's here to help me, and I can't sit here and wait for someone to help me. You know what I mean? So I was like, I can't wait. I gotta get up now. I gotta figure it out now, And so I realized it doesn't matter what people have, what people wear. Like, it's not about that, I mean, yes, we all deserve it because we are all bosses. Like, we all deserve the good life, and that's why I preach on people becoming financially free, because we deserve the good life. Like, we all deserve it. But I feel like at the right time, when we're ready. I was not ready a couple years ago. That's why I went, because I was not ready. I did not know how to handle money. I thought I had it all. I didn't know what I was doing. But again, I wanted to please other people. And I just want to tell people that are in their 20s, stop doing that. Like, your friends are going to come and go. Like, those people are only here for a season. And like, stop trying to prove something you're not. You don't have to prove nobody nothing. When it's the right time and you're actually successful, not from the outside, but from the inside successful, you're gonna get there without having to prove it to nobody. Like,
Absolutely.
and so, like, like, God really teaches us how to be uncomfortable. Like, even to the point to get us to the broke part, you know? Like sometimes we do have to lose it all to know and to learn. So
Absolutely. You have made a lot of beautiful points today. And I hope that the viewers that are watching, I hope you guys have taken in a lot of these key points because she's, like she said, she's coming from being a young mother to being this boss lady. And uh, that just goes to show you that us women, even when we become mothers, we're not limited to just being moms. Okay,
mhm.
because for some reason society thinks that we're just limited to being just moms. No, 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 no. We can be moms, go to school, work, have our businesses, run a podcast, and do it all, baby. And we are
Exactly.
doing just that.
Exactly. And that's what I want. I want to build a community of moms that are not feeling judged, that want to be entrepreneurs, that want to have run like successful business. Like that's what it's all about, is bringing a community together of moms that are like-minded and do not feel judged, because literally mom shaming is real. Like mom shaming happens every day, like all the
Every
time. Like
day.
everyone has some type of criticism to say. Like it's just like I used to care about all of that, and it's like, oh my god, you get to the point that you're like, I don't even care. Like I don't care. It's making me feel good. I feel happy, and if I'm happy, guess what? My kids are happy. You know, I'm not gonna lie to myself. I used to lie to myself all the time and keep myself in those environments just to be approved again by society. Like, no, we don't gotta do that. Like, we are some boss ass ladies, and I feel like we were put here for a reason. Everyone has a mission here in this world. Every one of us have a mission here, and most of us never find our mission because we are so busy listening to what society has to say instead of listening to what our heart and our mind has to say, you know. And so you get to a point that you're just like, you know what, I don't even care. Like I don't care, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do.
Absolutely. Well, Miss Crystal, thank you so much for coming on Morning Mimosas today. This 30 plus minutes has been absolutely amazing. You have provided the community with so many resources. And I'm going to reiterate, Morning Mimosa viewers, you guys know how I am. Please, please take the advice that we give you guys here. Morning Mimosas is here to do what? To awaken you guys. So
Yes.
please, please be awakened by the information that Miss Crystal has provided. And once again, if you are a mother who has a business here in Colorado, please reach out to her. We will provide all of her social media in the comments for this episode so you guys can reach out to her, check out what she's doing, and collaborate, guys. Like she said, let's collaborate. We don't need to compete, okay? And also, going back to what she said earlier about us moms who are single and trying to do this with little to no help, please just know that me and Miss Crystal are examples of you guys can get out there and do this. I
Yes.
used to, I'm going to go ahead and tell my story a little bit before we get out of
Yes,
here.
I want to.
I used to, so after I lost my firstborn in 2008, I was 15 when I became a mom for the first time.
Oh my
So I know what it's like to be a young mother. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life at all. Like I was so fixated on the death of my child that I had no sense of direction. Um, Fast forward, I had my daughter in 2019 and then my son in 2020. And in 2021, I'm sitting here with two 1 year olds and I'm like, God, I have no purpose. Like I'm about to be a baby mama, taking care of these kids, trying to figure out what to do with these kids. And then it finally hit me in 2022 because I had a lot of deaths in the family. I was like, what am I doing just sitting here? I'm a huge activist. I know what it's like to be a mother who's lost a child, and now I know what it's like to be a single mother. So let me put how I feel about the loss of my child, and let me go help other families get justice, get healing, get education. So thus Morning Mimosas is now here, and today we are speaking with the beautiful Miss Crystal
I love that.
because of her because of her story and where she's gotten to, and because of my story and where I've gotten to, here we are today doing this amazing episode for you guys.
I
So
love your
I'm
story. I love your story just because, like, that is so sad experiencing that at age 15. you know, and like just like how imbalanced your hormones were at the time. Like I know it probably hit hard, you know? And so like you're a boss. I'm like, you're a boss because you're still here, not giving up. You're still here with your children, making it work. You know what I mean? And you're showing up every day. And it's been a year now, you're still showing up. Like, I give you props to that, honestly. And, like, just know that I could already see you going to bigger places. Like, I do feel it in my heart.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And it's guests like you and people like you in the community that also keep me going. So I also thank you once again, Miss Crystal, for
Mhm.
gracing Morning Mimosas and also giving Women's History Month the bang that it needed, because you definitely did that.
Yay.
Um, Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, as you guys know, this is Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and educating for the Black and minority communities, with a note that we love all people. Happy Women's History Month. We will see you guys next week. Ta ta.
Bye.